Hey guys, what's going on? We are back again with the We Are Not Even That Funny podcast with my
Hey.
co-star Aryana. So, guys, today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of me being a millennial and Aryana, you being a
Gen Z, but early Gen Z, so 1998. But yeah, that pretty much I'm a Gen Z. So
and I'm a late millennial. I'm 1994, so I barely hit it. So let's start off with talking about, what do you feel like are some pros about being a Gen Zer, Ariana?
Mhm. I honestly really love how we grew up like technologically, like so advanced with smartphones, and we have social media. I'm really glad I was born in the like even though it is early Gen Z, I'm really glad that I grew up and I was born in this generation. I just feel like, we have such amazing digital like fluency and technology for like work and networking and creativity. And like podcasting has obviously been such a popular outlet, especially in our generation, which is like super cool to see. And like just using TikTok and all these like different social media platforms. And I think Meta and like all these kind of concepts that are just so innovative, I think it's just really cool. I also just really love the topic of the fact that mental health advocacy is a really big thing in our generation. I mean, the fact that we're even talking about it more and more compared to previous generations, maybe even more than millennial generation, I think it's really amazing. And I just want to keep like having that conversation and keep going on about it.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I just think that tech is a big thing, mental health advocacy. And I also just, I feel like the one thing though that is maybe a bit of a con to being Gen Z is having, I know like economic instability can be kind of a big deal. Like we enter adulthood with high student debt, rising living costs. Like, everything is so expensive, especially with housing and groceries and all that right now. So maybe like also climate anxiety. Like I'm someone who really is passionate about climate change and the environment. So I'm always a little nervous, like, oh my God, like, climate change being like I consider it as an urgent threat. Like I'm really glad that Gen Z is like really addressing climate change and the importance of sustainability and environmentalism, but we do face a heavier sort of burden with climate impact in our youth. So it can be kind of scary like what our future looks like. But overall, I love being Gen Z. I feel like people complain about Gen Z, like, but that's people who are boomers and Gen X, like my parents. Like, they literally say, "Oh, you Gen Zers and your tech." Like, my dad literally the other day was like, "What does the word lit mean?" He's like, doesn't understand slang, and I'm like, I have to explain what lit, slang, like, slay, gas, all these slang terms, what they mean, because he's a boomer. He's literally 70. He's like, I don't understand your generation. I'm like, that's okay. You don't have to. That's
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it will. There's things about being a Gen Zer that I definitely see that your parents are really never gonna understand your generation. That's just how it is. They're still keeping up with the times and they're barely getting used to technology. And for me as a millennial, I'd say a pro of being a millennial is seeing how much the iPhone grew from just the
wow.
iPod all the way to
Oh
making
my
it into
God.
a phone that plays music and you can take calls. And then it turned even into a more iconic thing where everyone that just loved Apple started switching from their regular. Remember those flip phones, guys, that you would take out, like those Verizon flip phones, Samsung phones? Oh my,
The Blackberry?
the
The
BlackBerry.
Blackberry.
I
I
grew up on those
remember that.
I grew up
Dude,
on those Blackberries, guys.
Blackberries. Remember MySpace was a thing, guys.
Yeah,
MySpace.
MySpace.
Guys, things that don't even,
I
I know. Like, oh,
I totally forgot about MySpace. Uh,
I know everyone
MySpace
did.
and then Twitter is still around, but I don't really use it as
X.
much as I do my other social media. Because as you guys know, I'm more active on my Instagram, if anything. But yeah, things like MySpace, like Twitter
I
is starting
know.
to die out a little bit. Like,
It is.
as a millennial, I used to like grew up shopping at that store Kmart, and then Kmart is not really that much
I
around
remember that.
anymore. Um,
Uh-huh.
and then there's Circuit City. Do you remember that store, guys? Oh my gosh. Every one of our like favorite childhood stores like growing up where you would love to either buy stuff or just hang around in the aisles, um antagonizing your mom, just asking her to buy everything and anything because I'm sure we were all at that point where we were like, "Mom, buy me this, buy me that." I have those memories when I was a kid. And come to think of it, honestly, growing up, I kind of I kind of wished I didn't rush it as much because my mom would always tell me, "Don't be in a rush to grow up. Don't be in a rush to grow up." But now,
Yeah.
I understand why she said that because at the time I was like, all I was thinking of is being 18, moving out of the house, getting my own car, just have
Well,
the
it's so
freedom.
expensive.
But
It's
now
yeah.
that we are actually here in an adult age, we're exposed to all the hardships that apparently our parents tried to, block us from until we became of age.
Yeah.
And now we're exposed to everything that they went through. And now it's like, now I see exactly what's on the other side of the shoe. So, so as a for a con, I would definitely say like um honestly, I can't really think of a con to be honest, but if it comes to mind, I'll definitely mention it later on in the comments. But like,
Yeah.
other than that, it's good. By the way, guys, I have some news. So we have one episode left of our season one, and that's gonna do it for a while because me and Ariana, we've been like getting so like busy with our outside life, and life is just getting to us.
Yeah.
So we just decided to end with our 10th episode, which is our next episode. And if we start to do a season two, get ready because we are still looking to feature some of our most iconic, those iconic stars that you see on TV, and some of my
Mhm.
favorite music artists. We're still going to try to get them on here. But,
Yeah.
as the saying goes, we had our great moments, which is what we're going to talk about in our next episode. So stay tuned, and you do not want to miss the last episode, guys. All right, with that being
Yeah.
said, Ariana, is there anything else you would like to say, talk about, anything at all? What's going on in California? Anything?
I did want to say that I know tomorrow's 4th of July. It's coming up. So for all our audience, I hope you guys, even if you're not the most patriotic people, I hope you guys have a great 4th of July. If you have work off, enjoy it. Literally do nothing. Just like literally stay like sleep on your couch.
Yes.
And
Catch up on sleep.
yeah, sleep, eat, go to the beach, do whatever you want, just enjoy the day. And yeah, catch our last episode, guys. I mean, it's bittersweet. I love doing this podcast with Paul, but life is just a little busy right now, but don't worry. Just everything is gonna go great and it'll be smooth and hopefully we get to do season two because yeah, like Paul
Yep.
said, aiming for higher and more celebrity stars to possibly come on our show. So don't miss
Yes, guys. If when you guys do see our season one episodes, please drop a comment down below and tell us,
that.
like, if we were to start a season two, what would you like to see be talked about on our podcast? So, any
Give us
suggestions
ideas.
would be great because we're always looking for new ideas from our audience and looking to
Yeah.
get into more like broader, general topics, like all around the world. It could be what's going on outside of the country. We can talk about what's going on inside the US. We could talk about anything from like gas prices rising up now in California,
Oh,
all that
selfish.
shebang. But
Yeah.
definitely, guys, stay tuned, and you do not want to miss our last episode. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode and have a good rest of your weekend. Happy 4th of July and be safe, guys. Have fun, but not too much fun. Be safe.
Be safe. Bye,
All right,
guys.
guys, bye.